guys, so welcome back to my channel. This look here, which was chosen by my boyfriend, so I basically went to Shane and I asked him what was his favorite look on me, and he was like, once you're wearing like really warm tones and like a dark lip. So that's kind of what I went for. Also, a lot of people were asking me about a tutorial for the way I wore my makeup when I was in Edinburgh. And basically I did non-structured looks the whole time I was there, and I realised that I actually haven't got a single video on YouTube that hasn't got a structured look on it. Kinda missing the grungy Bella, especially since I've got my hair back dark. I kind of thought it was time to pull her back out again. So if you would like to see how I filmed it, I'm going to do it similar to the way I did it in Edinburgh, but I'm going to use a new palette, so I'm going to do it a little bit differently to the exact looks that I had in Edinburgh. But they are going to be unstructured, quite smoky, and just a little bit of fun. Okay, so the foundation that I used a lot of the time when I was in Edinburgh was the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. So I'm going to give that a go again today. I really liked it. And I'm using the shade 3.5. Now I'm not sure, I might have to lighten it up a bit just because my tan is kind of faded a bit. But sure, listen, we'll see how we get on. Please ignore my hair. Haven't a clue what's going on with it today. I just kind of had to put it up and I just didn't want to have to deal with it, so let's just ignore it. Pop this all over my face, just like little dots. I'm starting with my foundation, but this is actually what I did when I was in Edinburgh because I don't know, I just kind of felt that it was going to make me save a little bit more time. So if that's true or not, I'm not actually sure, but that's what I thought anyway, so that's what we're just gonna continue to think. I really want to try out the Huda Beauty faux filter foundation. I got it for my birthday, so I want to show it off like to you guys. It's just a bit too dark for me. Brush that I used for my foundation was this guy here. It needs a bit of a clean, but this is a Nema brush. It's like a tapered duo fiber brush. I just like to kind of like fan it all over the skin and then I work it in patting motions. So I'm just gonna, oh no, it's actually quite a decent match, so that's good. So I feel like this is like buildable coverage. It's definitely not full coverage like straight off the bat, but it's definitely buildable. Probably gonna want it a little bit more full coverage, so I'm just like leaving this area free for the moment. Just find that this kind of covers your face pretty quickly. So I'm gonna put my concealer on and then see if I want a little bit more coverage. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Shape Tape concealers. So I have these two here. So this one here is light and then this is light medium. Kind of losing my tan a bit. I said that I just kind of mixed the two of them, so that's what I'm gonna do. Pretty similar to the color of the foundation that I'm wearing at the moment. I love these Tarte Shape Tapes. And I'm gonna go in with light as well. I'm really tired today, I don't know why. This is the Crown Pro C529 brush, and I'm just literally gonna tap this in. So if you've ever watched like any of my tutorials before, you'll know that like if it's a liquid product, I tap it in, you get fuller coverage, but also it stays longer because you've worked it into the skin. You need a foundation that's like, got your back girl, don't you worry. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my brows and I'm gonna use MAC Spiked Brow Pencil. I absolutely love these micro brow pencils. I just love a good micro brow pencil in general. Like if you microbrow, I'm here for you. Working that in to my brows. When I was in Edinburgh, I went for more of like a fluffy kind of brow. So I wasn't doing like a line underneath, I was working it a little bit more softer. Get those brow strokes, I'm like going along the line of hair and I'm just doing like a hair stroke. So to carve out the brows then, I'm going to go back in my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to use the shade Light. So I'm going to start working that all over the lid. So I know MAC is discontinuing Select Cover Up. products for a while, and I definitely think Shape Tape's like better than Select Cover Up. I really want to try that new Makeup Revolution concealer, and I'm wondering, have any of you tried it? Have any of you heard about the hype over it? I've heard it's pretty similar to Tarte Shape Tape, and if it is, it's cheaper, like much cheaper. So I'd like to see. Okay, and I'm just gonna go back in with that concealer brush and just merge the two of those concealers together. So I take it off like a centimetre underneath the brow. The reason for it is if you're working a centimetre underneath the brow, you're not bringing the product the whole way into the brow. It's not going to ruin the shape of the brow or the structure of it or anything. And I find with Tarte Shape Tape, like a little bit goes a long way. Whereas with Select Cover Up by MAC, it's a little bit harder to get full coverage like this straight off the bat. I do order from Tarte. Now a lot of people are like, how do you order from Tarte? Where do you get Tarte? You get it on their website. I still haven't gotten custom charges, so maybe they don't do them, maybe they mark the price lower than it is. I'm not really too sure. I didn't get custom charges with the Tarte products. Okay, so I'm back with my one eye done. So I done this side. So this is kind of the look that I came up with. A little bit of glitz, a little bit of glam, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of grunge, a little bit of everything I love in makeup, all together in one go out there slay bitches look. This brand new baby, this is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk. Oh yeah, what I'm just not cut out for that, am I? I'm gonna do a quick little comparison for you. There's one thing that has kind of annoyed me about this palette, but it's not something that's like life or death situation. So this is my textured rose gold and this is my Desert Dusk. Both absolutely beautiful, stunning palettes, but I don't know if you guys can see something in the two of these palettes that are the same. Now I don't know about you, but when I am like to a brand like I am now, Huda Beauty, I have been fucking converted. But because before I just thought it was a hype thing. The one thing that's annoyed me about these palettes is I feel like when I commit to a brand, I buy a palette, I buy another palette, I don't expect to find the same shades in the other palette. Now it's only one as far as I can see. Amber and henna are kind of questionably very similar, but we're not gonna dwell on that. What has annoyed me and what annoyed me as soon as I open the palette, I was like, I already have that shade, is Angelic. So Angelic is shade here. This is the Desert Dusk, and then this one here on the textured. They're the exact same eyeshadow. That kind of annoys me. It's a beautiful eyeshadow, but I already have it. Amber and henna are very similar. So we have henna and amber. Could be different. Oh yeah, they are different. Okay, I take that back. They look the same in the pan, but they're actually not in real life. So henna is actually that bit darker. It's just the Angelic, and that did kind of annoy me, but it's just something I can get over. Like, it's not the end of the world. I just wanted to point it out. I'm just gonna jump on into the tutorial. So like I said, I'm gonna start with this guy here, which is Eden, and I'm not really mapping out too much of a shape because this isn't structured. All I want to do is just have like a beautiful gradient. And it's kind of grungy, and with grungy looks I don't necessarily feel the need to be able to see every single shade that you're using. I just like when they all beautifully blend together. So I don't know if you noticed on this side, but I've brought it quite high and up into the inner corner of my brow, and then I've kind of dipped it around like this area here, so it's going up and then dipping. It actually makes my eye look a lot bigger, so I'm kind of feeling that shape. So I'm just going to kind of start dipping it and winging it to like the natural curve of my eye. Okay, I'm going to bring that underneath then as well. first shade, so that's kind of the transition. It's the map, it's letting me know where I want to go. Okay, so secondly then I'm going to go in with Blazing, which is this gorgeous kind of orange shade. That's what I felt the textured rose gold was kind of lacking in. I kind of really wanted to have that really like vibrant orange, and it didn't really have that. I'm going to pick that up on my Smith 232 brush, and again I'm going to start centering that. I always start in the middle. That's just something I like to do. It's not necessary, but it's just where I like to start my look. It gives me a focal point. I'm going to really build this orange up to get the most from it. So everything that's going up, it's coming down. You know, bit of Murphy's Law for you. Okay, and then I'm just going in with the previous brush. Saffron, which is this gorgeous kind of burgundy shade here. And again, starting in the middle. And I'm picking this up on a 227 brush from Zoeva. So I really like this brush because it like sits nicely into your crease. With this colour, I'm not bringing it the whole way into the inner corner. I'm not avoiding it, I'm just letting it blend naturally into that way. What that's doing is it's just diffusing the colour but still keeping the structure. So this is a builder shadow, and if you watched my last video you'll know that I speak a lot about builder shadows. And builder shadows are basically like shadows that help you define and bring in all the definition of your eye. Whether you want to create a crease shape, it does all of that for you. So that's why I call it a builder shadow. I'm going to go back in with my previous colours then and help blend this out, because obviously that looks a little bit messy. Then I'm going in with Eden, and this is like the mommy shade, so this is the one that like guides you. This is helping all my darker colours blend and sit in nicely. The makeup look. So my darker shade then is my Oud, and this is really going to start defining the eye. And we're just going to sit that right into the crease using our tiny circular motions. I'm not trying to make this shadow go any further than it needs to go. Okay, so I'm jumping straight into Black Truffle. This is from the Rose Gold palette on a Madison M7 brush. And I'm basically just going to start patting this along the edge of the lash line and into the corner. And underneath as well. I pick up a little bit more of that on more of like a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to bounce along the edges of that, and that should just naturally start to blend. Jump back in to the Desert Dust palette here, and I'm going to go in with this guy here, it's Blood Moon. I'm just going to start tapping that on. Now again, I'm not being too neat about this. There's no particular place that I want this to be. I also don't want it to be too structured. So I'm going to go in with my finger now and just tap that around. I'm going to go in with this glitter, and this is Cosmo. I'm not going to use a glitter glue. I'm literally just going to use my finger the same way you would a textured shadow from Huda Beauty. And I'm just going to start pressing that on. Any direction, in any which way. I'm going to go in to Nefertiti. Just stop saying titty. Go into this guy here, have no idea what it's called, and press that in to the inner corner. Again, not being too fussy. Okay, so now I'm gonna apply my lashes. I'm gonna finish my face. So yeah, I'm really feeling myself in this look right now. I kind of wish that I was going to dinner or something, but I'm actually just on the school run, so that's kind of my life. Finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Maybe you learned something cool today. If you recreate this look, then please tag me in it. I'll leave all of my links and my hashtags down below, but if you definitely want me to see it, hashtag Belle Makeup Artist, and I'll definitely see it. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I would love to grow this channel. I'd love your support. If you like my channel, then please help to support me by maybe sharing it with a friend, telling a friend about me, I don't know, just commenting, interacting, all that kind of good stuff. I was gonna say something and I forgot what I was gonna say. Look, because I asked my boyfriend this and he was like, I just love you without any makeup on. I was like, shut the fuck up. Let me know in the comments box down below what kind of look he likes to see you in, and maybe if you recreate it, tag me in it on Instagram.